these numbers. Oh, that's so bad.
What about them?
They're not, like, visible.
They're like green, eh?
Yeah, they're, like, not visible. Why would they do that? Do they not know colorblind people like me exist?
You have color blindness?
Well, like, yeah. Okay, it's not so bad from the back. Sheesh, that's not good.
Yeah, no, it's
12,
not good. 3,
3, 12,
14,
14. I got 14. I think there
18.
was like one or two probably that I missed. I don't know.
Slide over and let your mom.
This guy.
3.
It's all good. Anyways. Oh, 2. Nakashima. Yeah, that's it. Okay, sweet. We welcome you to the start of this broadcast in our OCAA West men's volleyball playoff action. This first round of the playoffs, we have a crossover game tonight between the Redeemer Royals hosting here out of the Redeemer Athletic Center in Ancaster, Ontario, welcoming the Algonquin Wolves out of Ottawa, Ontario. Two teams that do not know each other very well, playing in separate sides of the OCAA, one in the east and one in the west. They will get to know each other much more closely tonight as myself, alongside my co-host Seth Brower, dissect this game tonight and have the commentary for you. We had a great game with the women's early on today, them taking their crossover match in 3-1 over the visiting Georgian Grizzlies. We'll see if the men can do the same. But it's a great night with both volleyball teams having home playoff advantage. Seth, you looking forward to this one?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Redeemer obviously coming in as the favorite here, just because, as we've mentioned in the last broadcast, the OCAA East is usually considered the weaker division, much more than the West in this situation. And obviously, if Redeemer plays well, I've talked to a few of the players, and they said they should be able to come out on top of this one if they remain consistent and perform as they would like.
Yeah. We've got a 1-1 start to this first set.
Oh, swing and a miss.
That's not something you see very often, a complete whiff on the attack from Jack Demick out of middle.
Yeah, he swung at like 3 strikes there and like missed all of them. So
serve from Algonquin. First pass from Simon Bourne. Ben Brower at the set to the right side for Prinsloo. That one's tipped back towards Redeemer, and we'll have a net call against the Royals. First ball from Heidbert there, set by Brower to Bourne in the back row. He ends up having to tip that one over, but as Demick swinging from that one out of middle. Ben Brower with the dig there. This will be the second ball from Bourne, who sets Heidbert on the left side. A great dig from the libero on the Algonquin side, and that's a good tip. Brower unable to get there, but a great dig by Naoki Nakashima for Algonquin.
yeah, Algonquin's defense clearly showing up and starting off hot, giving them opportunities to put in and have decisions when they attack, and they were able to put a perfect tip right over the block, and Ben Brower unfortunately not able to get his hand underneath that ball enough to get it up.
Heidbert doing well to keep that one alive. The set to Demick out of middle. He's blocked and it's sent back. Algonquin continuing to serve. I apologize in advance. The jerseys that Algonquin is wearing, the difference between the main color of the shirt and the numbers are, it's not large, especially for someone as myself who struggles a little bit with color vision. I'm going to do my best to read the numbers and tell you who's doing what tonight. As I begin to know the players a little bit better, I'll be able to do that more readily. But we have an early timeout call here from the Royals, being down 6-1 off some good serving from Algonquin.
Yeah, and also like Redeemer just hasn't been able to attack their middles very well. Obviously, we've seen one complete whiff, and then Jack then also not able to really do much with the other one and having to tip it over. And Algonquin clearly waiting for that in a lot of ways. Redeemer has not necessarily relied on a tipping game, but Algonquin's clearly coming into it expecting some short game from them, and they were able to utilize them and really attack them strong. But it's just Algonquin has also defensively been very sound over the last 7 points.
Mm-hmm.
Algonquin's record is
Let me get to that. Let's see. Volleyball standings here. In the OCAA East, Algonquin went 11-5 this season. Redeemer going 12-4. Bourne with that first ball. Brower with the set out to the left side for Hybert. That one's into the block. Set to the right side, and a big block from Jack Demick, giving the Royals a point out of that timeout.
Yeah, that's not something you usually see a whole lot, is the quicker tempo out of the right side. So I'm really surprised Redeemer read it. It kind of was a little low for the right side as is, so it was why the block was able to be as effective as it was, just because they didn't really need to get up too high because the ball was already very tight and low to the net, so making it easy for Redeemer to get a solid block on it.
My apologies. I was looking at the women's standings there earlier. Algonquin went 10-6. I was like, Algonquin's in third. They shouldn't be playing Redeemer then, but no. 5th place in the OCAA East at 10-6. But currently on a 5-game losing streak, or sorry, 3-game losing streak, and 5-5 in their last 10. While the Royals currently on a 3-game winning streak and 6-4 in their last 10. But sorry, we've got some good volleyball going on while I'm reading stats off the computer. Ben Brower with a big block on the right side, sending it back to Algonquin. They'll try and hit that one on the right side. It's still kind of blocked, but sent into the roof by Redeemer.
Yeah, and you can tell no one's been able to really utilize their middles yet because there's getting a lot of contact on the blocks on the left and right sides. What's the word I'm looking for? Respectively, that's what I'm looking for, right?
So you got it.
Took me a while, and obviously the Algonquin bench being told to keep it down a little bit by the officials.
Yeah. Brower takes that first ball, and Bourne will have the second. Just sets a little right side attack to Prinsley, who's able to hit that off the block and wide out of bounds for a Royals point. As we were saying in the women's broadcast, Seneca having a 16-0 season for the women's, having a 15-1 season for the men's as well out on the east side.
It's a good program.
Yeah, great program right now for Seneca. So the winner of this game will face Seneca as well. That game has already happened. Seneca's first round playoff game, they beat Niagara in 3 sets. Royals with serve here. Jonah Heidbert. Leaves that one quite short. Still only 1 point, no matter how short you leave it.
That would be kind of crazy if you accidentally hit it too short, it hits the ground before crossing the plane of the net or something. It's 2 points.
Yeah,
that'd be something.
That would be really sad. Serve here from Algonquin. Wow, big windup on that. A large jump forward by the person that was taking the serve there. I honestly cannot make out their numbers. They are difficult to do. Apologize to all our Algonquin viewers who are looking for the names of the players. I'm going to do my best.
I'll maybe give you a hand there, Jared.
Okay.
Redeemer really is not wanting to come back into this game, apparently, with their serving errors. We've had 3 in a row now. Somebody's got to really step up here to put a serve in, or else it's going to stay this point gap.
Got a serve from Algonquin. A nice quick set to Luke Marshall out of middle. Nakashima with the initial pass, and we've got a point awarded to the Royals as that missed on the outside of the antenna.
Algonquin seems to think it went off the block and then into the antenna, which it very much did not. I'm not sure what they thought they saw, unfortunately. It looked like he two-hand put it right into the antenna from here.
Nakashima The first pass is out of bounds wide.
It's the first error we've seen really from the Algonquin libero. He's been otherwise pretty exceptional from that back row.
True, I agree. Crowd getting a little into this one early. So let's go Royals in the first set. Brower with a good serve. That's popped up. Hassel with the set out to the left side.
Redeemer does have a noticeable height advantage on that left side right now.
And Ben Brower sends that one quite a bit long. Royals had pulled themselves back within 2, but giving that one away, it's a 3-point deficit now. I believe this is Ethan Fisher, third-year middle, 6'6" player out of Kingston, Ontario, serving. Hybert with the first ball, Prinsloo with the second. This will be Hybert managed a kind of a pipe ball out of the back row, and Georgian gave that one right back, sent it long.
I'm not sure where Hybert actually was supposed to be playing there. Yeah, he was actually... Okay, no, maybe it was a pipe ball, yeah.
Simon Bourne sets that one deep left again. That's Julian Tran on hitting onto the left side, but a good block from the Redeemer right side. Pull themselves back within 1. Bourne again going to serve. And Bourne sending that one long into the restricted area.
Yeah, as soon as you see that ball come off his hand without any spin, when he's trying to put spin on it, you immediately leave it just because it's just going to soar.
Yeah. This is number 7, Nick Gauthier-Barber, 6'4" middle. Hybert with that first ball. Brower's got a lot of work to do, but he gives a dime of a set to Jared Prinsloo, who's able to get that one in between the block and the net. And that's good for a point for the Royals. Luke Marshall now going to serve. And a good head out of left side for Algonquin, but got someone down on the play.
Jared Prinsloo went down hard there, most likely landing on either his middle's foot
Oh,
or
goodness.
the attacker's foot on the other side of the net. Not sure whether it's the ankle or the knee. Considering she just straightened his leg. Probably most likely the ankle.
Good to see your brother helping out there. So in place of Jared Prinsloo, who we hope has a lesser injury than we expect from that not great image of him being down on the court there. We hope he has rapid healing if can be. But Jeremiah Zomerman into the game. First-year talent for the Royals. Provides definitely some of the same hitting capabilities that Prinsloo does, although Jared Prinsloo is a very important server for the Royals. So we'll see if that can be replicated or not. But
yeah, Prinsloo certainly has more consistency, I would feel like, than Jeremiah, but
yeah.
if he gets into a groove, I'm sure we can see some good reps here.
Yeah, Prinsloo being a fifth-year guy, he's been around the program for a long time, knows what he's doing. This is Julian Tran serving. Summonborn pipe ball out of back row, comes off the top of the block. Nakashima gets it over to Hassel. Out to the right side. Good hit from the right side. Kind of catches the top of the net and gets a little bit of a lucky bounce, but it works out.
Yeah, he really tried to turn. The net very much helped him in that situation because Jeremiah was sitting exactly where he would have gone otherwise. So good defensive by the Royals. They're just unfortunate to hit the net.
Yeah, that's Tran. Zomerman's first action hits it off the top of the block, and the second touch is long, but they keep it up. Oh my goodness. I did not think that was possible.
But then Redeemer
But
puts
Jack
it,
Jack Demick does not let them get away with that.
Got to commend that defense, though. That was phenomenal.
Absolutely. The hustle was insane. Able to get to that ball. I did not. Literally, I was writing off the play already, instantly. But wow, great hustle. Again, I can't credit the player. I don't know who it was. Zomerman here with his first serve of the night. Gets it in. Hassel out to the left side. And that is Connor Finney, 6'8" player for the Wolves. This is now number 3, Mateo Nunez Cruz. Hybert the first ball, gets it back on the left side, off the top of the block again. Good save from the defense and a big block from Jack Demick out of the left side.
That was very well read by Redeemer. Once again, commendable defense by Algonquin, though, keeping that ball up in the first place and giving themselves opportunities. Redeemer just really has an answer for them on the defensive side, for sure.
Hybert with the serve. Royals down 2 at the moment. Nakashima gets under that one. Hassel, quick set to middle. And that was number 14, Ethan Fisher, hitting out of middle. Good kill.
First time Algonquin's really been able to utilize their middle, so obviously a little slow on the block there, a little late on the block, giving him the opportunity to just hit it right over, which is not what you want to see, but again, first time they've used it.
This is Hassel with the serve. And he's got an ace. Caught the back line. Puts the Wolves up 4. And Hassel sends that one long. As we've got a Royal substitute coming into the game, number 12, Lucas Yonker.
According to the team, has a very, very nasty float serve, so
Okay.
I imagine we will see that.
This is where Yonker gets his action on the floor as a substitute server. We see him most games coming in. Nice little float serve there. Nakashima pops it up out to the right side now. Tipped. Yonker gets there. And Hybrid out of the back row sends it long. That'll be an Algonquin point.
Yeah, good job on Redeemer's part thinning it up, but unfortunately, Jonah Hybert trying to do a little too much with it and just put it a little too long.
It's Connor Finney. That one is long, out of bounds from the Algonquin middle.
He did not do jump very high or anything there. He just kind of hit that one very well, and it just was out. I thought it was going to be in for sure.
Yeah. Ben Brower serving for the Royals, facing a 3-point deficit. Finney under that one. Hassel out to the right-hand side. Grimm getting under it. Out to the right side for Zomerman. And, yeah, that's off the Georgian block out of bounds. Nice hit from Jeremiah. I didn't say Georgian there, did I?
Yeah, you did.
I meant Algonquin. Sorry, we just had the women's team played Georgian this afternoon, so that's fresh on my mind. But And we'll now make the transition. Nakashima again popping that one over. Bourne's at the net to try and send it back down. Hassel out to the right-hand side. That's for Gauthier Barber hitting out of the right-hand side.
Algonquin showing that they have the opportunity and very high jumpers and hit very high. They have hit off the top of the block a lot.
Yeah.
They are not trying to kill it and put it just in the court. They're trying to use the block to their advantage a lot.
Yeah. Hyper with that first ball, and Brower pops it up to Marshall. Seth, what do you have to say about that?
That was like a textbook 51, but I love what Ben Brower did getting low there, giving himself more time to decide on whether he wanted to push that ball farther, and it made Algonquin second guess themselves a little bit as well, as the block was so late there.
Yeah. Masterpiece in deceptive setting from Ben Brower there, as Algonquin will give a free ball. Graham with the first out to the right side for Zomerman, and he shows what he can do. Too much for Nakashima as that goes long. The Royals back within one. And we'll have a timeout. Algonquin still leading this game, but we're up 4 a moment ago and have gone on a little bit of a skid there. But a good, tight first set we've got on our hands here. Both teams playing well, I'd say.
Yeah, this is good volleyball.
Yeah, this is great volleyball.
Something that Algonquin has been doing very well of is utilizing the block to their advantage in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
They're getting a lot of off the top of the blocks, going long, deflections off the block onto their Redeemer side of the court.
Yeah.
They've been using it very well. Redeemer, on the other hand, hasn't really needed to. They've been attacking very strongly for the most part. There hasn't been any massive blocks from Algonquin's side. So Redeemer is showing their potential. Algonquin does have strong middles when they choose to utilize them. They haven't been utilizing them as much as they probably should realistically. Yeah. Because the one attack we did see was pretty dominant. That didn't really have an answer from the Royals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but an interesting timeout from Algonquin, Algonquin maybe just wanting to try and stifle some of the Royals' momentum, as they haven't regained the lead yet, or gained the lead yet. I don't think the Royals have been leading in this game yet, unless maybe 1-0.
Right off the bat or something.
Yeah. But Simon Bourne serving here, leaves that one a tad short.
Not much you want to do out of a timeout, unfortunately, but it gets people all the time.
Yeah. Gauthier Barber now to serve. Hyber with the first ball, Brower with the second out to Zomerman, and he hit that one over the block.
So far over the block.
My
that was
goodness.
kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I think the middle was slightly late there, which allowed that opportunity, because the left side looked like he had timed it very well and was right there, but then Zomerman just went right over top of the middle, who was probably a little late getting there.
Yeah.
In that situation, right, the middle probably just tried to close the block too much and not rather picking a spot and leaving a bit of a seam for his defense then fill.
Yeah. And this is Isaac Rugdenho substituting in to serve for the Royals. And a good hit from Nick Gauthier Barber out of the right side going cross court. Puts Algonquin back up 2 as we've got Julian Tran serving now. Bourne with that first ball, right to 2.5 for Ben Brower. And Zomerman again, proving a difficult man to deal with over on that right side for the Royals.
Yeah, the block hasn't really been able to do anything against him, and then obviously it's just coming at the defense really quick, and they just really have not been able to absorb that blow that comes that way, so they just kind of really just need to get their body in front of it and hope it stays up in the air.
Yeah. Zomerman with the serve. Finney giving a little bit of a free ball there. Grimm with the first. Ben Brower trying the dump play. We always see it. We never expect it.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Lovely dump. The best kind of dumps you want to see, really. He was not on the net or anything like that, right? And he just put it right in the pot where nobody is defending, and it was just perfect.
Zomerman sends that one a little bit long, a little bit of backspin on that serve. Puts Algonquin back up 1 late in this set, 22-21. Hybert to Brower. Quick set to
On the
Demick out of
net?
middle, and if that
Nope.
one had made it over the net, that was going down strong. We've got some appeals
On
from...
the net is no crazy call there.
I mean, no on the net is a
So
crazy
yeah,
call.
no net call is crazy there.
Some disbelief from the Royals.
The ball was hit by Jack Demick off of something and possibly the net. I think they're calling it not hitting the net at all, not hitting the block at all. That's.
What did you think happened? A net violation? Or
I
what?
thought somebody was on the net. I think the officials are saying only the ball hit the net and then it went out of bounds on Redeemer's side.
Okay, well, the quick turn of events is that point, and then the quick serve here that's popped up into the roof gives the Wolves set point here, but the Royals will call a timeout. But that's just an unfortunate series of events right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think it's really possible for it not to hit the block and gone all the way back onto Redeemer's side. It would have had to hit the net probably perfectly, just a slingshot back onto their side.
Yeah.
It sure sounded like it hit the block,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
But
Again, I don't really know what the officials made the call based off of.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
But in addition to you thinking that it hit their players, you also think that one of their players was like
I think
touching the net?
I think their block might have been on the net as well.
Okay.
But
So it was a two
just because it was a drastic movement of the net, like it wasn't.
Yeah.
Which I mean, if the ball hit it
I
really
mean-
straight up, like
Yeah. I'm not sure. Nevertheless, Algonquin here with set point in this first set. It's difficult in that situation to overturn calls unless, the assistant official saw something, but if they didn't, then there's really not much you can do. Royals will have to get a good pass on this serve if they want to continue this set. This is Mateo Nunez Cruz. Big hit from Hybrid out of left side.
gotta love a middle pancake up to the setter to our left side for a strong kill. Goal here is put the ball in, let your defense do their job.
Hybrid with the serve. Hassel out to the left side. Carson Grimms threw a hand at it and it worked, and Algonquin threw a hand at it and it didn't work.
We'll see a timeout here almost certainly from Algonquin. Yep, there it is.
And we will get a timeout from Algonquin. Good prediction, Seth. How are the turntables?
Yeah. Again, the only thing that matters at this point coming out of this timeout for the Redeemer Royals is putting the serve in. We cannot give away the set on a missed serve, especially the way our defensive blocks have been super effective in this game already and probably will continue to be so. Make them break them. We already said them. We saw them fall apart there with a failed middle run there that was nowhere near the middle attacker. So we really can probably take that out of the equation unless it's like a perfectly set ball, perfectly passed ball. So
Yeah.
they got to be looking left side or right side in this situation.
Good intel. As we come out of this timeout, I'd like to remind everyone that tonight's Redeemer Royals volleyball game brought to you in part by Wes Skillstra, the official sponsor of our final score updates this season. Wes is passionate about helping families find their place to call home. So whether you are buying or selling, trust experience and integrity, and trust Wes Skillstra of Remax Escarpment Realty. Thank you, Wes, for supporting Redeemer Royals Athletics. Coming out of the timeout, Hybert will be the one serving for the Royals. As Seth mentioned, just needing to get this one in the court and go from there. It's in the court. Good first step. Nakashima puts it right on where Hassel wanted it, and a good set out of the middle, but kind of caught some backspin and went wide out of bounds. Got a what? Overturned call. My apologies. Or maybe the call was never made in the first place, but we do get a touch off the block before it went out of bounds called against Redeemer, and that one will go the way of Algonquin, and that's set point. 25-23, set one taken by the Algonquin Wolves.
Yeah, I think our was off middle Jack Demick there in that
Okay.
situation. I think he called it as such.
Okay, fair. We'll have the second set here in a moment. And we start this second set after a very first close set. Algonquin taking that 25-23 off of a couple, I don't know if I would say controversial, but, when the call is made late or unexpectedly, it always, leaves a bit of a sour taste in your mouth. And Royals were on the wrong side of that a couple times. Not to say that those calls weren't the correct calls to be made, but there's no going back now. We find ourselves in the second set. The Royals will start with serve here.
With a middle serving first. You don't see that a whole lot.
Yeah,
If ever. I've never.
I was going to say as well. This is Tran out of the left side, hits it through the block.
Must be something in the rotations that Redeemer's trying to exploit. They like a certain matchup better than another.
Yeah, I didn't know that that's something you could choose. I thought that was just the rule, but
yeah.
that setters had to serve first. But yeah, we won't get Algonquin setter serving first either. This will be Tran. Zomerman, my goodness.
Oh my goodness, indeed. He just hits everything over the block and then off the defender.
And really hard.
How many do you think it would take for you to get up, Jer, if he hits them at you consistently, one after another?
To pass a ball?
Or just to get up, like make it playable.
Make it playable.
Yeah.
I don't know, give me like 50.
50, okay.
Or 40 at least. Set it to the left side. That one's, I thought it almost caught the back corner, but it did not. Point for the Royals. They go up 2-1.
Yeah, tough. Don't want to see that from Algonquin. A free ball that you're not able to capitalize on.
True. Zomerman just drops that one over the net. Hassel on the second ball.
So somebody.
Gauthier Barber has to just give a free ball. Ben Brower tries the dump. It does not work. That'll be Redeemer's fourth hit as it didn't make it over the net and came back. Mateo Nunez Cruz serving for Algonquin. First ball from Hybert. Brower's able to save it, and Zomerman gets it over. Second ball for Algonquin, almost pushed into the ceiling, but an attacker to the left side actually works for the Wolves as they're able to hit it off the Redeemer block and out.
Yeah, it's tough. He was able to get the full outside of the block. It's not like the block was not necessarily turned back towards the court or anything like that. He just was able to catch the entire right arm of Jeremiah.
Nunez Cruz again. Brower to middle. Demick gets that one over impressively. Now it's the left side now, big block coming, but that one was over the block from the tall left side out there. Nunez Cruz. Born with that first ball a little bit tight to the net for Brower. He sends it out to the right side. Zomerman goes way behind him to get it and paints the back line. He's having himself a game. He's been ready for this moment, waiting to get some action. And
the sideways backhand scoop over the head into the perfect back shot of one is like kind of crazy.
That was wild. I think that if there's a man worthy of replacing Jared Prinsloo on that right side hitting, we found him. As Jonah Hybert lines up this serve, Nakashima sends it into the roof. So level the set back at 4.
Yeah, I've also heard that Algonquin's gym has a very, very high roof.
Okay.
So coming to Redeemer might be a bit of a shock, that's for sure.
Yeah. Don't have as much room to play with. And Hybert. Nakashima gets that one a bit lower. A sell out to the right side for Gauthier Barber. That one's off the block and down. Good for a point for the Wolves.
Yeah, it's tough. Jack Demick came across there and turned correctly back towards the court, but was not quite penetrating the net enough to really have it go back onto their side of the net.
Walcott. Brower sits to the left side for Bourne. Can't make it through the block. The Royals unable to keep that one up as Algonquin takes that point. Hassel serving. Hybert can't take enough off of it. It's into the ceiling. It's just 3 points in a row that have been won by the Wolves, but it feels like they're on a bit of a run right now. Almost worthy of a
3 points is a bit of a run.
Yeah, but it almost feels worthy of a timeout, even though it's not a lot, right? 3 points, but
it'll happen next point for sure if it doesn't.
We'll see if you're right, Seth.
I would assume so.
Not quite.
No, I guess not.
Not quite. Out to the left side for Bourne, who tips over the 3-man block. Trans it out to the right side for Gauthier Barber. Now it's to the left side. It's sent back by the Royals. Big block out there by Ben Brower and Jack Demick. Winning that point back for the Royals. We'll see Jack Demick stay in to serve here. Gets the serve in. Tran with the first ball. Hassel out to the left side. And it's going to be a double hit call on Hassel on that set.
Gotta love the Algonquin player apologizing for still hitting the ball over the net after the double hit.
That's good. Demick with his second. And that one's a little bit short. This is Connor Finney serving now. Hyber with the first ball. Brower the second. Quickly to Marshall out of middle. And too much for Algonquin to handle. Great kill out of middle for Luke Marshall. Ben Brower now for the Royals. Set from Hassel out to the right side. Gauthier Barber. They get a piece of that on the block, but it goes wide out of bounds. Last touch Redeemer, which means Algonquin gets that point. Back up 3.
Yeah, a combination of him going high hands on that attack and then also being able to turn his body to aim at that cross-court line, attack line across the court, and just deflected it straight out of bounds.
Walcott with that first ball. Hybert takes the second, and Zomerman just has to get it over. And it causes a scuffle for Algonquin. It was looking like Redeemer might not be able to get that one over for a second, and then, yeah, Algonquin not able to capitalize.
Caused a scuffle for Redeemer, caused a scuffle for Algonquin.
Yeah, true. Simon Bourne now serving for the Royals. Nice downspin serve for Bourne. This one set out to the left side. It's tipped around the block. Brower's there, and Bourne tries it out of the back row. He just leaves it a little bit short on the net.
Yeah, I think he just tried to do a little too much with that and really place it.
Yeah.
He seemed to second guess where he was looking last minute, which caused the ball to get too low on him and before he was able to make contact.
I agree. Out to the right side for Zomerman again, who hits it on that classic 50-degree angle.
50? Like a 45?
Sure, 45. I was giving him some extra credit.
Yeah, fair.
50. But
I guess it depends which way we're holding our right angle.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Marshall to serve now. And that one's short again. A couple of misses in the last little bit for the Royals.
Yeah, really tough to get back in the game here. You got to really pick up the serving.
Yeah. This is Tran. Gets it over. Hyber with a nice first ball. Set it to the right side for Zomerman, but he gets stuffed on the left side.
Had to happen eventually.
It did. That was Finney out on the left side with Nunez Cruz posing the blocking threat on the left side. Tran with the serve. Hyber gets the first. Walcott's able to get the second. This will go over as a free from Brower. Nakashima. Now Hassel. Quick attack out of the middle for Nunez Cruz. And that's wide out of bounds. And point Redeemer.
Another time Algonquin really hasn't been able to capitalize on those free balls that Redeemer has rarely given them, but they just really have not been able to do an effective attacks with the easy pass, unfortunately, for them.
Zomerman out to the left side is tipped over, and point will go the way of Algonquin. That was Finney with the tip on the left side. Yeah, the numbers are so much more visible on the back of Algonquin's jerseys than they are on the front. So Walcott to Brower. Simon Bourne attack out of the back row, just leaves it a little bit long. The Royals calling for a tip, and they get it. The Algonquin players disagreeing, but Tran trying to bring them all together and get them to move on from it, knowing that there's not much they can do. This ball will go to Jonah Hybert now. It's difficult because every point in volleyball is a 2-point swing, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you give it one way versus the other, it's not just one team gains a point, but one team gains a point and one team loses a point kind of thing, right? But
Redeemer's block is giving them taking a lot of points away from them right now. Not much is getting past it, but it's also costing them a lot.
yeah. Hassel sent that serve long. Serve receive knew it immediately. Lucas Yonker subbing into serve. Hassel keeping it off the net, setting up Finney for the right side attack. Out to Bourne now. He's blocked. Sets in the middle for Marshall. He's blocked as well. I think Ben Brower will be called on a double hit here. He will. Algonquin able to get up 4 on the Royals at the moment, or maybe just up 3 if they already added the point. Nope, up 4. Finney. It's long out of bounds on the serve. Ben Brower with the serve. Hassel keeping it off the net. And that attack out of the middle for Ethan Fisher. Getting over and winning the point. And he'll go back to serve now. Difficult one to track for Heidbert, that float serve from Fisher. Seth, what are you seeing there?
Yeah, Jonah normally very good at stepping forward and taking that with his hands, but that's not the first time this game he's tried to pass, and as soon as you swing your arms up with a float serve, it's just going to go into the roof every single time. So
Brower to the right side for Bourne, who's been blocked like the last 3 times he's gone up to hit. As Algonquin opens up a 6-point lead, already having a 1-set lead in this game.
yeah, Algonquin's blocking presence has been very dominant. The only person that's really been able to crack it has been Jeremiah. The rest of our hitters really need to start aiming for high hands here to get some deflections of their own off and high, and just even if it lands on their side of the court and they can play defense and dig the ball, sure, let them, right? But trying to go through the block, they're a very dominant blocking presence, and they're closing that block and not leaving many options open through the middle.
Yeah.
So they really just got to aim high hands here, get some deflections going here, see what's going. Algonquin is doing that great.
Yeah.
Redeemer's block has been not necessarily bad, but in any way, but Algonquin is just able to utilize it with their high hands, hitting it really hard off the top of their hands and deflecting it over the heads of the defenders and out of bounds.
Yeah. And at this moment, I'd like to remind you that tonight's volleyball game brought to you by Finn Pools, a proud sponsor of your Royals and the Make a Splash move of the game. For over 25 years, Finn Pools has been transforming backyards with custom designs, expert installations, and trusted maintenance, delivering top quality products they stand behind. From concept to completion, they believe kindness matters and every project deserves excellence. If you are interested, visit finpools.ca to learn more or to start your next pool project today. Out to Zomerman, who's tipping that one with his left hand. Finney saves it, and Hassel gives the free ball to the Royals. Walcott now with the first. Brower with the setup to the right side for Bourne. I believe that one was going out long if it hadn't been played, but the point will go the way of the Royals regardless. We'll get a double hit on the pass from Fisher, I believe.
Much better hit by Simon Bourne, too, off much higher off their hands, obviously. We were just talked about that, right? You're trying to use the top of their hands, it's just a deflection.
Yeah. To the right side for Gauthier Barber. Now to Zomerman. Hits that one into the block. Now it's the left side for Bosveld, who just subbed into the game for the Royals. And he finds a hole in the defense.
That's a lovely roll by Bosveld there. Right over the block. Obviously, nobody's really done a whole lot of tipping this game other than middles, so seeing it come out of left side is a little unorthodox.
Simon Bourne gets an ace there. Finney second guessing himself on that pass. And we'll get a timeout from Algonquin here. Again, still up 3 at this point, but taking a timeout. Hopefully put a cap on the Royals' momentum. We'll see if it works. Bourne serving out of this timeout for the Royals. Simon Bourne serving out of the timeout for the Royals. Algonquin's first pass crosses over the net, wide of the antenna. They tried to save it, but could not as the Royals move back within 2, with Bourne continuing to serve.
Putting some defensive passing subs here in.
A big ace from Simon Bourne. Right as you said that about the defensive subs.
You gotta love when you put the defensive sub in and then it just deflects off and out of bounds.
Number 1, Kyle Butler, the outside hitter, slotting into serve receive there to try and get a pass on Bourne's serve, but that one was really powerful. So the Royals have moved back within 1. Another powerful serve, gets another ace off the same guy. Simon Bourne feeling it right now.
Oh,
I feel like that's more sequence worthy of a timeout.
We're going to change it up again.
Yeah. Finney coming right back into the game for Butler. A tie game we have, or at least a tied set. Simon Bourne doing good work from the service line, and that'll be the end of his stint. So that one goes into the net. Royals still only back within 1. He did a good deal to revive the Royals' chances at this second set. It was looking a little bit far away from them at a point, but clawed themselves back closer. That's Bosveld with the first pass. Brower now out to Bourne in the back row.
Yeah, back row attack.
He was ahead of the attack line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Algonquin now up 2, 21-19. This is Gauthier Barber with the serve. Brower setting out to the right side for Zomerman. Nakashima is able to keep it up, and Hassel tips it over. Walcott now out to Zomerman again. And a big block out on the left side. Nunez Cruz getting every piece of that. Like the last couple times, Zomerman's hit it like just over the net. It's been blocked, but his advantage is that he can get over the block, right?
Yeah, in a lot of situations. Obviously, a perfectly timed block. No, not really anybody's getting over, but
absolutely.
In that situation, he was drawn so far outside that he didn't really have much option. He was forced to go cross, like extremely cross, which was the block is right in that way. Yeah. So otherwise, he's hitting the net. So
fair enough.
Not much he can do there. Simon Bourne very much going on a bit of a serving streak there, bringing the Royals back into this, but then fortunately not able to hold their ground for very long.
No, missed serve. Kind of took the wind out of the sails, but still did a lot to put them back into this game, although they were tied a moment ago and are now down 3. Gauthier Barber with the serve. That's Bodville with the first pass, and a quick attack from Luke Marshall to middle. Gets the Royals back in the swing of things and brings them back within 2. Middle is kind of like the change-up of volleyball, right?
Yeah.
Kind of throwing something different at them.
A lot of ways it has a lot of other uses other than just like a strong attack, right? It is meant to be the little twist to shake things up in a lot of ways. Obviously, there are some teams that rely a lot more heavily on middles than others, but
Yeah. Big hit
That
from
was
Gauthier
a
Barber out of the right side. He was pleased with
crazy
himself.
attack.
But yeah, big downline hit from the number 7. Puts the Wolves back up 3. 23-20 now, the score of this second set. If the Wolves take this one, they'd be up 2-0, and Redeemer would have to win 3 straight to take this game and move on.
Not what you want to try and do, that's for sure.
This is Tran. Bosveld gets the first touch off that one, but it's on the roof. It kind of happened to the Royals at this point in the last set. They hit the roof to get the 24th or 23rd point against them. This is set point now for the Wolves to take a 2-0 lead in this game. Bourne with a good first ball. Brower set up to the left side for Bosveld. Hits that one straight down. Great attack out of left side for Caleb Bosveld. And no answer for that one at all. Jeremiah Zomerman will be serving once Bourne concludes his conversation with the referee, and he does.
Yeah, I think referee had a bit of a problem with Caleb Bosveld celebrating towards the other team in some capacity. I didn't see a whole lot of that, but he was certainly happy about it. He apologized, of course, and move on.
Or maybe just a warning to not do it again, but that's a difficult way to...
Not a way you ever want to lose a set.
No. 25-21, the second set goes the way of Algonquin. Royals have been right there both times, losing by 2 in the first set and now 4 in this set. With a missed serve and a roof. It's a very close game if a few things just go slightly differently, but everything counts. And Algonquin goes up 2-0 going into this third set. Zomerman with the hit out of the right side to start this set. And it's good for the Royals. First point.
Makes it a lot easier, once again, if that blocking timing is off at all, he just has the ability to go over top. So it's must be a nice skill to have, something I certainly never did. Jared loves when I make personal connections on the broadcast.
I do. And, Silas Brookelman into the game for the Royals, a middle who started many games this year. The Royals have been kind of rotating their starting cast of middles, but Brookelman's in tonight, or at least in this set. As Julian Tran goes to serve for the Wolves, having taken these first two sets. This could be the clincher if they take this one as well, although we are a long way from that, so we won't get ahead of ourselves. Now it's the left side for Bosveld, who's able to hit through the block and down. Good kill from Caleb Bosveld, getting some action at left side.
Yeah, good eye on Caleb Bosveld there. Noticing that the ball was a little lower, and so he was able to use the line shot of the attack, try to turn his body and rotate last minute to deflect it off the arm and into the court.
Brower set to the back row for Bourne. Nice pipe ball attack. Comes high off the block and just drops. No one able to get a pass on that. Zomerman going back to serve now. Zomerman. Oh, that a lot of dip on that serve. And Hassel, smart move with the net to jump and dump that one over the net.
Love the two-hand push there rather than doing like a one-hand dump, because obviously Caleb Bosveld read it. If he'd done the one-hand dump, it would have been blocked by Caleb. So,
yeah.
Although setters traditionally have a choice of what they go to regardless, so. This is quite something to watch.
Absolutely.
But not to forget, we should be complimenting as well, Caleb Bosveld's passing since coming into the game has been phenomenal. He has yet to put one that's not really at 2.5.
Yeah, and those hits don't happen without those passes. Right?
Exactly.
So. Bosveld leaves that one a little bit short into the net on his serve, though. Hit from Jack Demick out of middle off the block. Eventually finds its way to the ground and wins Redeemer a point.
Again, though, Caleb Bosveld able to push that and get it to a great spot. Not an easy serve by any means.
Mm-hmm. Jack Demick.
Oh.
Gets some backspin on that one, sent it a little bit long. I do love the fact that the volleyball benches just stand the whole game.
It's never
so
understood it.
No?
No.
I like it.
Why?
Because, I don't know, as a soccer player myself, just kind of needing to sit there kind of stagnant the whole game. I like that they get to
I think
get
standing there stagnant's a lot worse than sitting there stagnant.
No, but they're kind of mingling around and doing whatever, and they have their
I've heard legs get pretty darn sore when you're standing the entire time.
I don't know. I like the idea of it.
Oh, yeah,
at
sure.
least, so. Hassel with that setup to the right side. There's a block there to meet it. That's Simon Bourne on the far side. It definitely wasn't a powerful hit. Just trying to get that ball over, but nonetheless, it's able to be stopped at the border between the two sides there and sent down. Royals with a 3-point lead early in this third set. Again, needing every set to win this game, as Algonquin has 2 already, and we've
struggling on those middles right now.
Well, that's the third whiffed hit we've seen between both teams tonight, where they literally made 0 contact.
Yeah, Redeemer Royals one was certainly a bit out of characteristic, but this is now 2 in a row for Algonquin, so.
Brower. That one's blocked by Zorman and Brookelman. Bosveld, second ball. This is going to be over from Bourne. A sellout to the left side for Tran. Hits that one down line, and that's in. Great line attack by Julian Tran.
Yeah, Redeemer can really start cheating on those middles, especially now that we know that they've been struggling. So make them put one in for sure from there before you really overcommit to losing a blocker outside.
And Bourne able to hit that one off the block from the right side. Algonquin not able to field that ball and turn it into something else. Redeemer opens up a 4-point lead, and Bourne, who had a nice run of serving at the end of the second set. See if he can do the same here. It's an interesting looking serve receive here. Is it, or is this normal? I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Normal?
Yep.
Okay. And a big attack out of middle. Mateo Nunez Cruz. It's Nick Barber. And an attack from Brooklyn out of middle goes wide. It'll be a point for Algonquin. That one comes over from Algonquin. Brower to the right side for Zomerman. Tips that one into the pot. Nakashima's there to keep it up. Bourne with the second ball to Zomerman over the block and kind of off the chest of Nakashima, but they keep it up. As Zomerman sends it right back to the back corner. That was daring. I've never seen that.
That is a smart play because he noticed that their defender had gone super far back to dig that ball and send it back over.
Yeah.
So there was nobody there.
Yeah.
So he was sprinting back to that spot.
Wow.
Which then he just probably should not have goofed it as much as he did.
Yeah, but great awareness.
Yeah.
Awareness from Jeremiah Zomerman there. And it ended up working out. Nakashima takes that first ball, and Hassel gets it out to Tran on the left side. Brookerman takes that first ball, sets to the back row for Simon Bourne. Pipe ball. Hits it wide, I think. Yeah, no touch off the block. Royals still up 2. Tran goes back to serve. I'd like to give a shout out to Vanessa Harrington, the head therapist for the Algonquin men's volleyball team. 19 years of service. Great work over there, Vanessa. As it's a free ball from Algonquin. Zomerman gets the first touch. Brower the second. That's a little bit tight to the net. And we'll get a 4-hit call there.
Yeah, Ben Brower just tried to do a little too much there. Again, you want to miss there off the net in a lot of situations, especially a troubled ball like that. But certainly a good effort.
Tran. Walcott. Brower just trying to keep this one up. Bourne will roll it over. A salad to the left side. Finney. Brower to Zomerman on the right side. His hit. Nakashima pops it up. It's off the net. Finney again, but Demick is there, but that's out of bounds, unfortunately. Level this set at 10. Jack Demick in the right place, but...
Yeah, he was just a little late, right, and wasn't able to really capitalize on it.
And a missed serve from Algonquin. And Jeremiah Zomerman will serve now for the Royals. Zomerman gets it in, just clears the net. Out to Barber on the left side, or right side, sorry. The Royals are going to get called on a double hit here on that second ball. 11-11 the score. 2-0 the set score in favor of Algonquin, the visitors tonight. That was Nunez Cruz, left it short on the serve. Gives the Royals back the advantage and serve. This will be Bosveld's. Bosveld, good serve. Finney with the first ball. Hassel back to Finney. That's off the top of the block. Demick keeps it up. A decent set over to the left side for Bourne. And we've got a net violation against Algonquin.
Yeah, great defensive play by Caleb Boswell to set up that play right off the hot serve that he also served as well. Hot serve that he served. It works, I think.
I think it works. It's good first ball from Tran. Out to the left side now for Finney. Kind of able to ricochet that between the blockers. The last touch off Redeemer out of bounds. Means the point goes the way of Algonquin. They'll have their setter, Hassel, now serving. That is an ace for Hassel there. Algonquin keeps service. 13-13. This felt like a long set so far. But good close volleyball all night long. And Hassel leaves that one a little short. We're still looking for their first set win tonight. Would be good for them to pull away a little bit. Demick gets that serve in. Now it's to the left side. That one's attempted to be forced over the net. Kind of a two-handed downward shove, but it came back off the net, and there'll be a fourth hit called on Algonquin. Demick gets to continue serving here. Demick gets that one in as well. So it's the left side again. That one's a nice line attack from Barber.
Yeah, we saw our middle get drawn, Silas Brugman get drawn there by a potential attack from the middle. But again, we've mentioned that they've only been able to do that effectively once this entire game. So the other two times they've tried, they've missed. So
Walcott gets under that serve, and Brower's able to pop it up for Brookelman.
answering back.
Pardon?
Responding back for the block.
Yeah, absolutely. Taking that personally. Able to get a tool off the block there. Puts the Royals back up 2. Speaking of which, number 2, Ben Brower serving. Hassel with the second ball to the right side for Barber. This one's popped up off the block. Zormerman now on the right side. And it's tipped out of bounds via Algonquin. Increases the Royals' margin to 3.
Not sure what Algonquin really thought they were going to get a point there for. Maybe they thought the ball hit the antenna first before hitting the block or something. But
Perhaps. Another good serve from Brower. Second ball, Nakashima. And that one's hit short into the net.
Yeah.
Algonquin making a couple mistakes.
Yeah, here's our timeout probably.
There you go. Right on cue. A 4-point lead for the Royals in this third set, shifting the momentum a little bit. It's always a good feeling to make the other team feel like they need to call a timeout.
It certainly is, that's for sure.
The only unfortunate thing is then they have a chance to address it.
Yeah.
But, hey, give and take.
Yeah, you would certainly like to see Algonquin get a few more better passes here. They're getting eaten up a lot by these float serves, which obviously, again, float serves can be very difficult to pass. But they've had a few where their passes are just going straight up with it, which just means that they're a little late, right? They just need to be pushing forward more, not as much up. Obviously, they're also used to a higher roof, which gives them a lot more opportunity there.
Yeah. Tonight's Redeemer Royals volleyball game brought to you by Finn Pools, a proud sponsor of your Royals and the Make a Splash move of the game. For over 25 years, Finn Pools has been transforming backyards with custom designs, expert installations, and trusted maintenance, delivering top quality products they stand behind. From concept to completion, they believe kindness matters and every project deserves excellence. So if you are interested in starting your next pool project today, visit finnpools.ca. That's FINNPOOLS.ca. Finney first ball. Hassel quick set out of the middle. That one's hit wide. Royals now up to 5 in their lead.
1 for 4 now from the middle. I'll give Algonquin a little bit more hope in it, though, because first time they made contact since the first set.
Yeah. Brower. Tran with the first ball out to him on the left side again, and he paints that cross court.
Yeah, I'm not sure really what happened there defensively. Because Caleb Boswell in the back there, obviously trying to pick a seam between the block, most case scenarios defensively.
Yeah. Julian Tran making a pretty good living out there as a 5'9" outside hitter in the OCAA.
Yeah.
As that point goes the way of Algonquin as they've pulled themselves back within 3. Lead in volleyball is never eternal. As this is Fisher, I believe, with the serve. Out to Bourne, who rolls that one over into the pot. Finds a nice spot to put the ball down and get the Royals another point.
Yeah, Algonquin kind of sleeping on their heels there a little bit. It was quite clear as soon as he approached it that he wasn't really going to attack it. His arm was never really moving fast at all, so you should have been crashing in there in anticipation of the roll.
Good serve from Bourne. Nakashima gets a great read on it. And that hit from Barber is kept up by Brower. This will be a free ball. Brookelman gives it Nakashima with the first ball hit out the middle, and Brookelman's all over that block. Finney with this ball as Tran tips it over. Bosveld keeps it up. Second ball to Bourne. Pipe ball out of the back row. Nakashima there again. Doing great work on the defensive side of things. Another block from Brookelman. Out to the right side now. And that one's tipped in. On the far side, Algonquin scraping away with that point after a long, hard-fought rally by both sides. Some great blocking, some great hitting, some great defensive passing.
Yeah, it was a strong power tip for sure from Algonquin. Well placed, too.
And we could tell that one was going into the roof pretty early on from Bosveld there. And Wes Skilstra does call a timeout here. Still being up 2, but Algonquin getting some momentum for sure. It wasn't long ago that Algonquin had to call a timeout because the Royals were way ahead, but it's been mostly Algonquin since then. I'd like to also remind you that tonight's Redeemer Royals volleyball game is brought to you in part by the head coach of the Redeemer men's volleyball team, Wes Skilstra of Remax Escarpment Realty, the official sponsor of our final score updates this season. Wes is passionate about helping families find their place to call home. So whether you are buying or selling in the Hamilton area, trust experience and integrity, and trust Wes Skilstra of Remax Escarpment Realty. Thank you, Wes, for your support of Royals Athletics.
That can actually happen.
Barber, first pass by Bosveld, now set it to the right side for Zomerman, and hit that one well in between the block and the net. Did not come back onto Redeemer's side of the court. Dropped down to Algonquin's. Great hit from Zomerman. Gets the Royals back up 3 in this third set. Brookelman leaves that one short. Puts Algonquin back within 2, and Julian Tran goes to serve. Tran, Bourne with the first ball to Somerman. Hits it off the top of the block. Hassel with the second ball. This is tight to the net. Finney hits that off a block. Nakashima again, back to Finney. Blocked again, but out of bounds by the Royals. Algonquin takes that point and moves back within 1.
It's tough. Obviously, a very high ball like that, you want to try your best to close your block towards the court. Obviously, it doesn't work in every situation as they can still hit the outside of your hand. That's a tough miss serve. Don't really want to be in that situation, missing a serve when you're down a single point this late in the set.
Not at all. Zomerman with the serve. Thought maybe nearly a foot fault there, but he avoids it. Big hit from the right side of Nick Barber. Pulling Algonquin back within one, not letting the Royals get too far away. Nunez Cruz now to serve. Bosveld with a good first ball. Brower out to Bosveld again, attacking from the left side, and the block sends that one back out of bounds. Some of the Algonquin players are pointing at something, although I believe the call's already been made.
I think they maybe thought it went back off Bosveld, is my guess.
Perhaps. But Bosveld goes back to serve now. The Royals still with a 2-point advantage. Nearing the end of this third set. Good serve. Set out to the left side for Finney. He hits that one over the block.
Yeah, block was just late. Unfortunately, they were not there in time, and he was able to get solid contact before the block was able to get to its top height.
Royals still up one. This is Hassel serving. Bourne with a great first pass. He'll get it back out on the left side. Hits it off the block and deep. It's exactly what you want if you're Simon Bourne. Especially if there's a good blocking presence, just to use it. Get it deep as we got Lucas Yonker coming in to serve. Biggest serve of the game so far.
Stressful situation for a rookie. Let's see what happens.
Absolutely. This is what he does best. Difficult float serve. See if Brookelman tries to attack that one. And the suspense in the room when that whistle was called and the hand had not been pointed yet. I think everyone knew what was about to come. And the point was awarded to the Royals as they take that third set, 25-22. Off, did you catch what the violation was there at the ends?
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. Like,
The double hit?
it looked like he pointed at the line, to be honest, but
So what would that mean?
I'm not sure. Like,
Okay.
I don't think you can, like, I believe you can cross the line unless you actually affect the play,
Okay.
right? So, like, I've had in my career where I've actually slid under the net before and then had to run back, but as long as you don't touch anybody or make contact, right, is
Okay.
generally fine.
Yeah. Interesting.
Don't know the full rule on that, so don't quote me on that, but
Yeah. Nevertheless, the Royals taking that
the
one.
Royals taking that one.
Yeah. Not ever really going on a huge run, opening up a massive lead, but really neither team has done that so far this game to a great extent.
No, both teams have had their moments of serving stretches for sure. Just like 3 points really is our, I think, our max.
Yeah.
But both teams are playing really good volleyball overall right now.
Yeah.
Algonquin making a few still passing errors, which is costing them and Redeemer's blocks have been solidified a lot, and they're not being used as much as tools by the Algonquin offense. There are a lot more going straight back into Algonquin's side of the court.
Yeah.
Alrighty, and a bit of correction for you. I have some anonymous sources inform me that if your full foot crosses the line, it is a point for the other team. So obviously when I slid across the line in, I want to say middle school, the ref just didn't know what they were doing.
The Royals taking that third set. 2-1 now. Algonquin leads in sets overall. And Brooklyn starts this one off. Again, a middle serving to start this set off.
Traditionally, you see your setter or one rotation back your setter serving. Sorry, Jerry, I never actually clued into who's the setter for this team, for Algonquin.
Number 12.
Serving right now?
No, curly hair in the front row there. On the right side.
Yep, I see him. Okay.
Yeah. Bourne able to hit that one off the block and out. Zomerman now to serve for the Royals. And leaves that one short. 2 missed serves in a row to start off a set. Not ideal.
Yeah.
And a must win.
And a must-win situation.
Yeah. That leaves you with less mistakes to make down the line. This is Nunez Cruz with the serve. Out to Bosveld on the left side. That came off the net. We'll get a 4th hit call on the Royals. Deserved. Nunez Cruz again. Bosveld with good first pass. Zomerman getting way up, sending it out wide though.
Yeah, kind of deflected a little bit off his hand there. Not as you would like, but obviously building consistency as you play more will certainly help.
Yeah, might see the use of an early timeout here if this continues. Algonquin currently up 4-1 in this 4th set. See if the Royals can get an attack here. Great tip by Caleb Bosveld.
Yeah, Caleb Boswell showing us he has the ability to roll and tip right into the pretty darn perfect spot there.
And he'll get to serve right now. Doesn't look like we'll need a timeout from Wes Gilster at the moment. Nakashima with the good first ball. Hassel to the left side for Finney. Great hit, cross court. Algonquin gets the point there. Seth meet Algonquin setter. Gavin Hassel, number 12, serving here.
Oh.
Nice serve there. Walcott got under it. Out to the left side for Bourne, who hits that line, but no contact off the block. Just wide. Or, sorry, my apologies. The exact opposite of what I said. Tip off the block. Point redeemer. Good work, Simon Bourne. We'll get Demick to serve now. So the Royals are down 2.
I love that. It's something that always cracks me up when people question officials in sports, because it's like, unless they have a replay system, it's not like something's really going to be overturned ever.
That's true. A serve from Demick to keep it in. A quick attack, and he gets a dig on it as well. A big attack out of middle.
Way to use the block.
Wow.
Phenomenal. That's called a solid push wipe of the block right there with his hand.
Yeah.
I can understand why Algonquin's a little concerned, because he held it against the block with his hand a long time. But you can get away with a lot there.
Yeah. Demick and Bourne combining to make some great plays on that set. Not that I can take any credit for any of their volleyball ability, but I had the chance to live with both of them in my 3rd year, so that was a great experience, and good to see them out here still doing good things for the volleyball program. That was back in both of their first years, so it's nice to see how far they've come. A great dig from Jack Demick there, and a great force by Simon Bourne pushing through the block. Royals still down 2, though. Ben Brower tries to tip that over, but Nakashima's there to save it. Barber gets that over. Zomerman first ball. Out to Bosveld, tips again and finds the pot.
He's doing a very good job with that. I feel like he's going to have to hit it eventually here. Well, that's only like 2 in a row, so I imagine he's got a few more tips on him before they start.
Ben Brower serving now. Nakashima straight into the rafters. Got a 6-6 score line in this fourth set. Brower, first pass by Tran. Hassel blocked by Bourne and Brooklyn, who have to quickly get back into position. Looked like some movement on the net there, but
Hit the antenna.
oh, the antenna. Okay.
Yeah, the attack went straight into the tip.
I was watching Brooklyn get over to see if they recovered because I saw him and Bourne kind of over here on this near side get a little bit jumbled after they came down after that first block and move over. So I was not following the ball there. Redeemer 1 up right now. This will be a free ball from no lift call there. Okay. Bourne trying to hit through the block. That one's saved by Brower as he lays out to keep it up. And again, Bourne hitting into the block, but the block tipping it out of bounds, so the point goes the way of Redeemer. They'll go back up 2. Was I mistaken for thinking that one touch was a lift on Algonquin, Seth?
As long as his fist was closed, he'd probably fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
closed fist. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Even with an open hand, it's really just a judgment call by the official.
Okay. Nakashima with that first ball. Hassel to the left side for Tran. That one looks like it hit off the head of one of the Redeemer blockers, I think. And it's out of bounds. Algonquin the point. Ethan Fisher now serving. Simon Bourne able to get it in between the arms of the blockers there, and it just drops right behind the net.
Yeah, block was a little late there on Algonquin's part. Not quite penetrating the net enough, which just allowed that ball to fall on their side, not the Redeemer Royals.
It's a well-designed game, volleyball, isn't it?
It's kind of cool, eh?
Yeah, it's
just think
great.
about it. Somebody came up with this from scratch.
It's so good. Well, it's probably evolved over time a lot, right? Think of
Oh,
the
yeah,
first
yeah.
rules of basketball, right? Just as an example.
Yeah.
A lot different from now, but yeah.
After
No.
the ace by Simon Bourne as well.
Yes, true.
Imagine if we get another point here from Simon Bourne, we will see a timeout from Algonquin.
See if your theory is true, or if we even get to see if your theory could be true. If the Royals take this point, they will.
Yeah. There it is.
Look at you, Seth.
I'm not too bad at this sometimes.
You are good at it. And timeout taken by Algonquin. Royals feeling some momentum here, up 4.
Redeemer's been bouncing back here. Strong with their serves, but again, their blocking has improved tremendously.
Oh, yeah.
They have not been giving them any freebies off their block in any way. They've been putting a lot of them back into their court and forcing them to run other attacks. And they still, Algonquin has still not really been able to utilize their middles. They've had a now total of 2 good attacks. One's been dug, and only one's been successful this entire game, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Also props to the middle for digging the middle attack. Obviously, as a middle, you love to get a good defensive help assist when you can because you're not on the court for defense very often.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a late one, Jer.
It is. It is. I hope
In case you're watching overseas or something, it's 10:24 p.m. here.
Exactly.
Or I guess you'd just be somewhere else in Canada, more likely.
Could be watching overseas, maybe. That'd be cool.
Yeah, this is normally my bedtime, so it's going to have a late game.
The Redeemer crowd is a little bit of a one-trick pony in our Let's Go Royals, but gets the job done. That, on the other hand, will not. Simon sends that one about 20 feet long.
Yeah, we would have had to stack 2 players on Algonquin's team to reach that one.
Yeah. It's Barber. Bosveld pops that one high. Brower gets it out to the right side for Zomerman. He just hits it cross court, forces it.
Lovely power tip from Jeremiah Zomer there, just putting it kind of not really sure what was happening defensively there, because it was not exactly a overwhelmingly powerful hit at him, but
yeah. Another thing I like about the volleyball benches, Seth, is that they just get to have fun. You don't see us out in the OCAA soccer once someone does something cool. We can't go around and do airplane arms like the Redeemer bench just did.
yeah.
It just seems lighthearted and a good time. So
Captains are getting some address that they probably will have to tell their benches to calm down a little bit, is my guess.
Never mind, no plane celebrations. They've been banned. I'm kidding.
Oh, do it away from the...
If it was about bench celebrations, they both seem to be continuing. A sell out to the left side for Tran. Brower pops that one up. Bourne with the second ball. Gets it out to Bosveld on the left side. That's tipped back. Tough to say whether that one was going out or staying in, but Bosveld felt the need to pass it up and unfortunately hit it way back to where no one else could get it. The Royals still up 3. Tran to serve. Bosveld. Now to Demick. Off the top of the block and deep. Point for the Royals via Jack Demick.
Via Caleb Bosveld.
Via Caleb
Dive of a
Bosveld.
pass.
Everything's via Caleb Bosveld,
At
man.
this point, all the phenomenal offense has been run by the Royals has started with a Caleb Bosveld pass.
Everything
Okay,
is
that might be a bit
through-
of a stretch, yeah.
Yeah. Well, everything is through Ben Brower.
Everything is, that's true.
Yeah.
Goes both ways.
Yeah. Tran out to the left side. This is Finney. Big block by the Royals. Jack Demick. A couple plays back to back, making it happen. Putting the Royals up 5.
Yeah, an Algonquin situation there. Super high ball to the left side. You got to be anticipating 3 blockers or something of the kind. You got to be going high hands with your hit or trying to roll it deep or something. But trying to go through them ain't going to really work.
Zomerman. Finney. Hassel set it to the right side for Barber. That one just lands in front of Grimm. Nunez Cruz to serve for Algonquin. Bosveld. Brower now to Bourne in the back row. It was well blocked, and this has got to go over. Bosveld gets it over. Now Finney. Point will be awarded to the Royals for a double hit. We've seen a good few of those tonight. More than normal.
Yeah, he's not going to be, ref is not going to be very happy with him kicking the ball over to...
Oh.
I think they're most likely charging Redeemer a substitution there for the care that was done on Simon Bourne on the sideline, I imagine.
Interesting.
Which isn't a whole big deal at all, really, when you're not really subbing any players in.
Bosvelds. Good serve. Tran is under it. Hassel. Barber pops that one line. Bourne's got to get around Grimm to make a play on the ball. He's able to. Hassel to the right side for Finney. And we'll get an Algonquin point for that. We've got a tip. Or, sorry, a net violation? Looks
Well,
like.
it didn't really matter. It was down anyways.
Yep. Well, it was out of bounds, but I assume it was a touch off.
That was top off. Yeah.
So with the serve, Bosveld there. Great first pass again, Seth, as you like to mention. Ben Brower trying the dump play again. Doesn't work this time. But it sets up a hit that goes long. It looked like it was going a lot longer than it did.
Yeah.
Really only missed the back line by, I don't know, 8 inches or so.
And he tried to make the correction, right? He tried to hit high hands like I've been talking about because he noticed last time that he wasn't able to obviously get through the block, and he just tried to overcorrect it a little bit.
And Jack Demick now serving. Gets that one over. And it's an errant pass. That's hit into the ceiling on the follow-up by Finney. Royals up 6. We've got a substitution into the game. We saw this man for a moment earlier, Kyle Butler. Was a victim of a couple Simon Bourne aces, if you remember, back in the third set.
We'll see if there's a change this time.
The second set. It was the second set. It's Demick serving this time. Butler with that first pass. And that was not what you'd find in a dictionary if you'd looked up middle attack, but it worked.
Yeah, but again, there was no block there because, again, they haven't really been able to effectively do a middle. So, like, realistically, if somebody had been there, that would have just been it would have just been a free ball to Redeemer.
Yeah, Butler gets that one off the top of the net, but Bosveld's there again. And Brookelman, big hit. But Seth, where did that hit come from?
Caleb Bosveld is having a phenomenal game on that back line. He is passing dimes every single time it comes his way.
But I think having the bench up and standing and moving around can really help. Like, I don't know. Like, I think of Jonah Hybert, who starts, like, every single game for the Royals, right? But he gets taken out for Bosveld. You know, most athletes would probably be frustrated, right? But in this scenario, I think volleyball with this, I don't know, like, I think the bench structure helps. But also the fact that they all get to come together after each point. It's a lot different than soccer. Where,
for sure,
you're just sitting on the bench, kind of just not really talking to anyone, and the game is kind of just going on the whole time. So I really like volleyball from that social aspect. That just gets Jonah, you know, even though he's on the bench right now, just kind of incorporated and involved and celebrating like he is over there, right? So I really appreciate the fact that volleyball does that to those players and gives Caleb Bosveld the chance to show off, not show off, but show out, and, you know, play good
Redeemer's
volleyball.
offense is humming right now.
It is humming, yeah. Sorry for the action that I missed commentating there. I know there was a big hit by Algonquin, but we're back with Simon Bourne serving. And that catches the back line. And we get a timeout as Redeemer opened up a 7-point lead.
Yeah, we saw a lot earlier in the sets. Obviously, we've mentioned it several times. Algonquin using Redeemer's blocks to their advantage. They have not been able to use their blocks to their advantage at all, really, this set, and that has been why Redeemer has the essential lead that they have, because they are not able to get the ball over the net. Yeah, like that last left side attack from Algonquin that found the back line. Yeah, I think that was the first like clean attack I've seen from them in well over like probably in this set at least for sure.
Of course, this broadcast is brought to you by FinPools, a proud sponsor of your Royals and the Make a Splash move of the game. For over 25 years, FinPools has been transforming backyards with custom designs, expert installations, and trusted maintenance. And with every project, they believe kindness matters from concept to completion. If you are interested in starting your next pool project today, visit finpools.ca to learn more. Thank you, as always, to FinPools for your generous support.
Obviously, in this situation, would love Simon Bourne to put the serve in, very much so. So if he serves in, it's a great start because that's what the timeout is hoping to stop. It's really, really unfortunate in the sport of volleyball how often that happens.
Yeah, it's poetic.
It's really sad.
Yeah. A very sad poem. Kyle Butler. Walcott gets that first pass. Brokelman hits the ball very hard, but it comes back off the block or the net. Unsure, but regardless, Algonquin taking the point on that one. Did that one go through the net?
No.
There's a hole in the net.
It's actually a few holes in the net.
Dear Liza, dear Liza.
Like a lot of holes. How many nets do you think we could estimate around that
Did
net?
that go like on the side, in between the pole and the end of the net there? Or?
No, I thought that went over the net.
Did it
just
go over?
Yeah, I think it
Oh,
did.
It looked low to me, but hey. Nevertheless, Isaac Vrugdenhill in to serve here. And another missed serve by the Royals.
Also, a thing that happens too often in volleyball, right?
Missed serve
Someone
by
comes
one
off the
team.
bench, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. There's many tropes apparently that are happening right now, but this is Tran with the serve to the back right. Set outside to Zomerman. That's what he can do, man. Getting way up, hitting cross court.
They do not really. Algonquin does not have an answer for him. I don't think that one didn't even really seem like it went crazy
You
over
know
the
what,
block.
Seth? I don't blame them.
Yeah, no, neither do I. Most teams in the OCAA would have a trouble finding an answer for him.
Yeah, but if you want to take the set, got to find one soon. Royals 6 points up on Algonquin and 3 points away from taking this set. Zomerman keeps that one in. They're rushing to keep it up, but they can't do so. Royals now 23-16 in this fourth set. Going down 2-0 has been a great response from them so far. Of course, they have yet to close this out, but have service here and have some momentum. Zomerman with the serve. Butler with the first pass out to Barber. We got Butler and Barber out on the floor for Algonquin. Regardless, that hit the net short, and point goes the way of Redeemer, and now set point for Redeemer in this fourth set. This is to level this at 2-2. Jeremiah Zomerman with the ball in his hands. The crowd on their feet and clapping. And the roof taketh away. The roof taketh away Algonquin's chance at coming back in that set, as that's Redeemer's 25th and final point of this fourth set. We're going to 5.
We are going to 5. And it is, Algonquin's got to figure something out defensively here and kind of offensively, to be honest.
Well, it looks like they're having a little bit of a prolonged discussion after this set. Redeemer went right to the bench, but Algonquin staying in the huddle for an extra 10, 15 seconds to work through some stuff.
Yeah, because I was going to the 5th set. We don't switch sides right off the bat, right? We wait till about the halfway point, and then we'll switch.
Yeah.
Which is when our points equal 15. 8-7 or... Pretty sure that's the rule.
It's just when one team hits 8, I thought.
Oh, you might be totally right. I'm not sure.
It is. I don't think it has to combine to be 15. So you could have a 14-1. and switch
14
sides.
to 1, switch sides?
Yeah.
Okay, valid.
Yeah.
Jared's right. I'm tired.
I think it's 8. I think it's not 7. I think it's 8. But I could be wrong. Regardless, tonight's Redeemer Royals volleyball game also brought to you in part by Wes Skilstra of Remax Escarpment Realty, the official sponsor of our Final Score updates this season. Wes is passionate about helping families find their place to call home, and also passionate about helping the Redeemer men's volleyball team win a playoff game. If you are buying or selling your home in the Ancaster, Hamilton, Greater Hamilton area, consider trusting experience and integrity and trusting Wes Skilstra of Remax Escarpment Realty. We thank you, Wes, for all you do for Royals Athletics.
Set here. Coming into this fifth set here, momentum will be everything. So I would be would not surprise me at all if we see some pretty early timeouts if one team starts running away with this.
True.
Royals stick with their middle start serving. Again, I don't see that a whole lot in this league, but it is what it is.
It's not the way you want to start a set, and although that is the way the Royals started the fourth set, and they were still able to take that one by a good margin, but again, a 15-point set, less room for mistakes. Maybe that one's out of the system early, but Julian Tran now serving.
Well,
And he
goes
gives it
back.
right back. Yeah. Even things out. It's 0-0, Seth.
It's 0-0 again.
Yeah.
Why don't we just reset the clock? Like,
Yeah.
reset the score.
0-0 game to 14.
Yeah, game to 4.
Switch at 7. Maybe it is switch at 7, because then the 15th point is 1 kind of on the last. I'm not sure. We'll find out. That's the great thing about this. Zomerman serving for the Royals. That one's sent back to the Redeemer
Oh,
side.
Ben Brower.
Ben Brower gets up. We saw Alana DeYoung do that in the women's game, have a kind of hit through the block, and Ben Brower getting his chance to do that as well. Leo the Lion getting hyped up, hyping the crowd up as well. Down on the ground floor there. Zomerman now, again serving. And another one short into the net. You can't write this stuff. You really can't. I know it hurts, Seth.
Pains me. Pains me a lot.
I believe it. 'Cause, yeah, you felt that before, right? And you know what it feels like.
I do know what it feels like, yeah.
It hurts. That serve's kept in. Brower runs a quick attack out of middle for Demick. Great attack. Puts the Royals back up 1.
If there's Royals do a player of the game usually at the end of it, and regardless of the outcome, I think that player of the game should go to Caleb Bosveld after this one. That was once again a pretty darn near perfect pass.
Yeah, that's a great pick. Not mad at that. Nakashima. Hassel keeps that one on. That one just missed.
That's not something you see a whole lot.
No.
Is
no.
your middle
Yeah.
attacking the second ball.
Kind of off the net a little
off
bit.
the net.
I mean, he got great contact on it. That was inches from being in.
Yeah.
3-3. Bosveld again with a good pass. Out to the left side here for Bourne. And he forces it through the block again. Great strength from Simon Bourne. To go up against a 2-man block, able to push it through.
Yeah, Cortez is great there, knowing that he's super tight to the net and having to do something different than attack the ball. Otherwise, he would have just been stuffed by the block,
yeah.
right? Using the block to his advantage.
He also kind of gets the advantage of the ball being on his side of the net, kind of being able to go at it with a little bit
more
of a
extra
closed
force,
hand.
yeah.
Yeah, right. It's kept up. They get it over. Oh! And it does go over again. I thought Algonquin had made a mess of that, but it comes right back. Silas Brookelman with a big hit.
The defense of the Royals there was crazy.
Yeah, that was
the Ben Brower little pop-up that just happened to roll over the top, too, can never go wrong.
yeah, wow. And then a near costly mistake by Algonquin, but they were still able to get it over, and then a big middle attack by Brookelman. Demick gets that one over. Second ball, attack in the middle. It's off the block and out from the Royals.
I feel like I'm happy that they got the middle in, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's the second successful middle attack of the game for Algonquin.
This is Connor Finney. Finney sends that one long.
Yeah, crowd bringing a little bit more energy than we're used to right now.
Oh, yeah. When the stakes are heightened, the crowd gets more into it, definitely. I think we got some cowbells in the crowd. Ben Brower with the serve, keeps it in. Nakashima pops it up. Hassel gets it to Butler. Sent back by the Royals block. Out to the left side now for Tran. And he's able to hit that one off the block and out.
That's tough. I think that's the second time a ball's gone off Jeremiah's head there on the block.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think he's really getting his hands a little too wide here. That block is not really... But then again, he's covering a lot of surface area in general, so... Is it a surface? I guess it's just the air.
That tip is out wide. I was wondering why no one was going for it for a sec, but I guess that makes sense. Rolls back up 2. Simon Bourne going back to the line to serve. Looks like we haven't switched sides yet, so I think it's the 8-point mark. It's kept up. An attack out of middle. Grimm's there. Bauer for the second ball. Bourne out of the back row. Good pass from Hassel, but it'll take him out of the play. Nakashima with the free ball. Bourne the first, Brower the second, out to the right side. Zomerman way up. Way up. And that ball's way into the crowd off that first pass.
See, Redeemer has the strong advantage of having a very successful middle right now. Silas Bruckelman has proved himself several times, which when you have a super strong middle and Jeremiah out on the outside, it's such a deadly combination.
Yeah.
Because especially on a perfect pass like that, perfect free ball that was given to Redeemer, was able to choose they had two perfect options that were guaranteed to get a kill there.
Definitely.
And Algonquin knew it as well.
Yeah. Bourne with the serve. Good first ball. Hassel to the left side for Tran. Big block. It's out, though. Point is Algonquin's. Big block feels good, and then it's like, oh, it's out.
Yeah.
This will be Nick Barber. A little tight to the net for Brower. Tries to keep it off it. They're going to call him on a double hit there. Moves Algonquin back within 1. 8-5 now turned into 8-7 for the Royals. It's got a much different feel to it. Barber. First pass from Bosveld. Zomerman, big hit.
He is not really stoppable at this point, which is kind of crazy to say.
We know Jared Prinsloo would love to be out there after getting injured early in the game, but we hope he's watching on with a smile on his face about what Zomerman's been able to do in his absence. But Zomerman here with the first ball, Brower the second, out to the left side. Bosveld, that one's deep. He likes to think he got a touch off the block. Bosveld came away celebrating. And the point awarded to Algonquin, despite Bosveld's conviction that he had won the point there. Got 9-8 in favor of the Royals right now. Service with Algonquin. This is Julian Tran. Bourne with that first ball. Attack in the middle for Demick. And point given to the Royals. Net violation.
You take those every single time you can.
Yeah. Just an unexpected gift.
Whoever the Leo the Lion mascot is should be paid overtime. They're running.
Zomerman getting that one over. Nakashima with a good first ball. Attack at the middle is just a soft little attack. And Bosveld, a lot of power on it, but hits it wide. Mateo Nunez Cruz to serve. Bosveld with the first ball. Brower the second. Bourne out of the back row. Second ball from Hassel will be a free. Brower tries the dump ball, and what a time for it to work.
Yeah, I don't think the left side there was even blocking for the dump. He was more blocking for a quick middle that just never came.
Wow. Bosveld's serve is in. Tram with the first ball out to the left side for Finney. And difficult to stop a 6'8" man at the pinnacle of his hit swing. And he's able to get around a lot of blocks and has a lot this game so far. Redeemer never really pulling away. 11-10 though. Hassel with the serve for the Wolves. Puts a lot into that one. Bourne absorbs a lot of it, gets it to Brower. He'll now be treated with a hit on the left side, and that's off the Algonquin block and out of bounds. Royals go up 12-10.
Yeah. Things have really turned around as Algonquin now is having their blocks used a lot by the Royals.
Yeah.
Other than, of course, when Jeremiah Zomerman goes up and hit the ball. But
yeah. Isaac Vergdenhill subbing into serve. Pressure situation. This one counts a lot. This one needs to be in. It is. Tram with the first ball out to the right side for Finney. That one's out. Out and long. Point will go the way of the Royals. They're up by 3 now.
yeah, here's a timeout as well.
There you go. Can see that one coming.
Yeah, if Algonquin doesn't find an answer for Redeemer's offense here, we most likely will see this one go in the way of the Royals just because, again, as I've said, Redeemer's using their blocks and hitting straight past their blocks with some of their stronger hitters in their middles and Jeremiah Zomerman on the right side.
I can't disagree.
Yeah.
Royals up 3, continuing their service here. Just a couple points away from taking the 5th set of this first round crossover matchup in the OCAA West men's volleyball division. But Vergdenhill sends that one long.
He was so concerned about not hitting it into the net that he
Perhaps,
sent it
yeah.
a little long.
I could assume that would have played a part. So Royals will face a serve from Colin Finney. Both teams desperate for points here in this 5th set. Winner takes all. Winner moves on. Faces the 15-1 Seneca Sting in Toronto next weekend. And Bourne keeps that one in. And match point the way of the Royals. That one was so close. I really thought that was going to get called out on the back line. A lot of trust in the linesman there.
Yeah.
And Ben Brower, the Royals setter, to serve with match point. Gets it over. Free ball for the Royals. Brower with the set out to the right side. Zomerman. And that's the finish you would have written. Jeremiah Zomerman able to tool it off the block and into the crowd. Redeemer taking that 15th point in this 5th set and taking this game by a score of 3-2, and will be moving on to the next round.
Yeah, overall great game by the Royals. Well, started off a little slow in the first 2 sets, but really turned it around for the full reverse sweep.
Yeah.
You love to see that in volleyball, and you hope that they Obviously, Seneca is not going to be an easy team, so they'll have to play at this level to beat them for sure.
Not at all, but a lot of great performances, like Caleb Bosveld and Jeremiah Zomerman, like honestly the two shining stars of that game, as
Very much so.
guys who both like didn't play or I guess Zomerman came in earlier than Bosveld did, but two guys who were in the starting lineup, right?
Yeah, and they were very again, Jeremiah's attacks were almost unstoppable.
Yeah.
Caleb's passes made those attacks possible in a lot of ways. So it was a
absolutely.
great game.
Yeah, great effort from the Royals. Yeah, coming down from 2-0 to move to 3-2. That's a great way to end off this little time before everyone goes home on reading break. And, having our last basketball home games of the season today, and now some volleyball playoffs. It was great stuff. Both teams taking home a win today. Jared Prinsloo hobbling with crutches through the little tunnel there formed by the women's volleyball team that I guess is permitted by the therapist, or he'll be scolded for it soon. But regardless, a lot of joy on Jared Prinsloo's face as well as everyone else's. Great effort by all involved and a lot of good vibes in this building. The first volleyball home playoff game in a very, very long time. I say very, very, but it's been a good few years. But great to come out of this game with 2 wins. Seth and I very much enjoyed being on the call for this game. We hope you enjoyed watching it with us. Both the next round of, both the women's and men's next playoff games will not be held at home. They are both against the number 1 seed in the OCAA East, the Seneca Sting, and will happen in Toronto next week. So look around the Seneca Sting social media and YouTube pages for those. But if you were joining us for any sort of sports action, whether it was all 4 games or just this one or just the end of this game today, we thank you for being here. You are a Royal. And until next time, from Seth and I, take care and goodbye.
Have a good night.